Hello and welcome back to the Marvelous Snapper. I'm not sure if the first part got cut out. Hello and welcome back to the Marvelous Snapper, where we have the biggest sunspot energy. We aim to make portrait style video for free to play players of Marvel Snap. And today we are in a bit of a rush because there is only, I think, 20 minutes before the new season begins. Oh, we've got one whole day. One whole day. What am I rushing for? Okay, I thought we had less time than that. But we have another terrible deck to share with you guys. I was in such a rush because I thought the season was ending, but it turns out it's not. So I can have the luxury of the time to explain the rationale for this terrible deck. I've brewed up so many terrible decks over the last maybe 12 hours or so. I was on a night shift. The night shift wasn't particularly busy, so I made a few decks. And this is probably one of the worst ones, but I want to find a place for Adam Warlock. Forcing Warlock. That's a good name for it. And let's find a suitable avatar, arrow. And let's find a title. Sure. Okay, so the deck is terrible. Terrible, do not play. Now, I just had a interesting thought. Arrow is a card that works well if you have priority, and Adam Warlock is a card that sort of works well if you are winning. Another one would be Crossbones, but I found the cost was a bit high for me, so I didn't want to put him in the deck. Obviously, there are other cards that help you gain priority, things like Maximus, in combination with the Zero or Titania, etc., etc. But this is what I came up with. I'm not sure if it's a good build or not. Sometimes we just randomly host decks, and sometimes the deck doesn't function at all. I would give this one a 2 out of 10 rating right off the bat. So, what is the rationale for the deck? Essentially, we just want... maybe Professor X would be good. But anyways, we just want to put lots of power early on the board and then have priority. So we can utilize Arrow to the maximum ability and to keep drawing powerful cards using Adam Warlock. If you don't know, Arrow is a 5 cost 8 power card that on reveal move the last enemy card played to this location. It's particularly good when you have priority because the on reveal effects you want them to occur at a location where they did not intend for them to occur. So, very powerful effect in certain circumstances. And Adam Warlock, a 2 cost 0 power card that at the end of each turn, if you are winning this location, draw a card. Now, just drawing 1 or 2 cards every game would definitely increase the odds of you winning the game. Now, to support this, we've got cards that help us gain priority and win. So these are generally, I try to get them overstated for their cost. For example, Blade, a 1 cost 3 power card that has a negative effect. On reveal, discard a card from your hand. As well as Swordmaster, a 3 cost 6 power card that on reveal, discard a card from your hand. So those 2 cards have a good power to cost ratio, but they have a big downside in discarding a card from your hand. And therefore, we will try to utilize the effect of Ghost Rider, a 4 cost 3 power card that on reveal brings back one of your discarded cards to this location, and therefore can hopefully help us negate the downside of discarding cards. We also have an early Lizard, a 2 cost 5 power card that has an ongoing ability -4 power if your opponent has 4 cards here. So early in the game, if we already have an Adam Warlock in play, we can support that with a Lizard very easily. Mr. Fantastic, a 3 cost 2 power card that has an ongoing ability. Adjacent locations have +2 power that helps us get priority in different lanes if possible. We also have Scorpion, a 2 cost 2 power card that on reveal afflicts cards in your opponent's hand with -1 power. It is, I guess, an indirect way of increasing your relative power to the opponent. I'm not sure it's the best card for this particular slot. I am considering moving this. Let's just change up the deck a little bit, actually. So I kind of want Spider-Man. Lizard, I kind of want to replace with Vulture. And then I want space for Miles Morales. Sunspot isn't particularly good, to be frank. Or maybe it is good, I'm not sure. Where is Miles? Miles, get in here. Alright, so we've explained Arrow, we've explained Blade, Adam Warlock, and Swordmaster Ghost Rider. Then we've got a little bit of a movement package. So Arrow can move an opponent's card. We've also got Iron Fist, a 1 cost 2 power card that on reveal, after you play your next card, move it 1 location to the left, which is particularly powerful with Vulture, a 3 cost 3 power card that when this card moves +5 power, potentially becoming 8 power. And we can also eventually move it again using Heimdall, a 6 cost 8 power card with an on reveal ability, move your other cards 1 location to the left. That can gain another 5 power for Vulture. In addition, we can move opponent cards using Polaris, a 3 cost 5 power card, which is pretty reasonable. On reveal ability, move an opposing 1 or 2 cost card to this location, and in combination with Arrow, can allow us to also activate Miles Morales Spider-Man, a 4 cost 5 power card that if a card moved last turn, this costs 1. So we've got different enablers for Spider-Man here. So Iron Fist, Polaris, and Arrow. We'll see how this goes. I haven't played this particular variant yet of the deck. And then lastly, to round things off, we've got Storm, a 3 cost 2 power card that on reveal flood this location. Next turn is the last turn. Cards can be played here. And we've got different ways of trying to cheat cards into the stormed location. For example, using Ghost Rider or using a Heimdall, Iron Fist, that sort of thing. Alright, let's play some games. I don't know if this is going to work at all. It's a terrible deck. Again, I'm reiterating, it is a 2 out of 10 in my opinion. This is not a game, not a deck you use to rank up. It's a deck to try some different moves, no pun intended, to try things that you normally do not try. Again, do not use this to rank up or expect any good results from this deck. Why is it taking so long for us to find an opponent? We've got King Golgolas. Alright. Alright. Opponent plays a Colleen Wing. My phone is starting to lag, so I've got to turn down the graphics. Ooh, that's a piece of candy.
Wind, aid my hand.
Opponent snapped.
One cost cannot be played here. So we're gonna move either Morbius or Colin Wing over to the right hand side. Okay, that was not the one we were hoping for. So if they play their Heimdall, I think we've definitely lost this. So we'll see if they can put 10 power onto the board. Oh! 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 They did a big mistake. Surprise Heimdall. Nice!
Victory.
They gave us the eyes. They thought they were winning the middle location, so they put a big body onto the right hand side. Ooh, that's a piece of candy. Ooh, that's a piece of candy. Quicksilver. Alright. Alright, friends. I do not like the sound of the reveal locations happening twice.
Wind, aid my hand.
I'm not sure if this is the best move, but it's a pretty big body. we discarded anything? We have not. That's not good. Pretty sure we lost that. Yeah, so this isn't a good example of why you want priority with arrow. Let's give him the R. Alright. Let me turn the graphical settings down. It's already on. Alright. You guys will have to tolerate low graphic settings, unfortunately. Then I wish I thought there was more time to record this, then I wouldn't be in such a state to make a terrible deck like this. That's kind of bad.
Opponent snapped.
We're gonna pretend it's not gonna hit Ghost Rider. Ah, Electro. I'm confident.
Wind, aid my hand.
Galactus.
I'm confident. That means Spider-Man's coming. I should have played the blade. Well, we did not hose Galactus, unfortunately. Alright, let's just play a few more games, we'll see how it goes. Of course, Adam Warlock is not a very good card by any stretch of the imagination. Very useful, I think, in Mr. Negative decks, because once you've reversed him, he's able to draw a lot of cards for you, but I'm not sure it's better than Jane Foster Thor. We don't seem to draw Vulture very much, unfortunately. On reveals. Look what the cat dragged in. We have a Daredevil in the building.
This land is always changing.
This looks like Galactus, bro. This is Thanos. They played the Adam Warlock. I'm gonna move one of their bad boys here, hopefully. And then destroy some of the deck. Okay, so they played into the right location. Power Stone is down. Space Stone is down. And they've got Dana and the drawing a card. And they've got Miles Morales. Far out. Oh, actually. So not gonna play into the middle location. Shang-Chi. I guess we hope and pray. We hoped and prayed incorrectly. We did not succeed in that mission. Mission failed. Yeah, that was just bad, hey. This phone is not very good. It seems like we are not performing optimally. That's probably as low as we'd like to go in terms of quality. Alright. Let's play a few more games, and then we'll summarize our thoughts, emotions, and the implications for this deck. I do not think it will remain in the list of decks I have saved. It's trying to do too many things, and none of them well. That kind of looks like the Kirby Crackle, hey. I mean, we want to do the thing. Electra, what is happening out here? We have discarded Storm. little Shuri can't hurt. That's kind of bad. So hopefully we can kind of populate this zone here. We would be pulling the armor. Rock slide. Just a little rock slide. Honestly, this probably does better than Honda. Because then we have a chance to win the middle location. Opponent didn't even get to see our track card. Okay, we randomly hose the Shuri deck. Didn't even get to see our Mr. Fantastic, you know what I'm talking about? People must be wondering what on earth I'm playing. What is this guy playing? His deck makes no sense at all. We didn't even get to see the Adam Warlock. Aha, that is a problem. Alright. We error on the last turn maybe. On reveal. So let me just think. This should only move it once, right? Yeah. Now that's also a problem, because if we harmed her, it doesn't move. Have we discarded anything? I do not think so.
Face the might of Asgard.
Place the might of Asgard. Why would you put the Thor into the lockjaw?
Wind, aid my hand.
Alright then. I mean, that's the biggest statted thing we can put in there, right? I don't even remember what we discarded. Okay. I don't remember what we discarded, but in the case it was a harm dial, I'm gonna play it out. cards apply. Oh. Infinite. How many cards in hand? Dang. Anyways, he won the middle by a significant margin. And we're at the lowest possible score. That kind of summarizes the mood with this deck. Oh hey, we got some credits. No new interesting bundles to contemplate. Alright. What are our missions? Play cards. Alright, no worries. So, in conclusion, what do we think of this deck? I think the deck would be better if we focused on one particular aspect. Movement. I mean, I think this movement category is probably better with things like Craven, Stegron, Nightcrawler. Vision, maybe he's a bit expensive in terms of energy costs. Or you could go the other way with keeping priority Mr. Fantastic, Adam Warlock, Maximus, things of that particular nature. This is sort of a hybrid between those two, and it's not particularly functional. I would rate this lower than the Spectrum Destroyer deck, or I would rate it lower than the Shield deck. This is probably one of the worst decks. Maybe the Pool 2 ongoing deck is probably better than this. It's interesting to see some of the lines. I think there could be optimization to be had. Of course, if I had certain other cards like Jeff, and maybe if I put Professor X in here, Daredevil maybe it would be interesting, but then again that's combining the other control aspects such as the lane lockdown, and I mean the decks are only 12 cards each, so certain cards tend to push you towards certain archetypes, sure. Again, this is sort of another Storm centric list, trying to get power into lanes that cannot be played into directly, in this case using movement, or having priority first and having just more power to start off with. Anyways, that's it for this particular episode. I hope you found that entertaining. You probably shouldn't try this at home. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.